I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have a look and full price prediction on the Sidus Heroes Launch, which launched yesterday. So it's exactly almost 24 hours after the launch happened. We're going to have a look at the charts, make a full price prediction according to the market cap and relevant other games. We're going to look at the overall projects and of course the NFTs. I am super excited about Sidus because I hold an NFT and I've participated in the IDO. So make sure you watch until the end of this video to make sure you understand everything, how the price is built up, and of course, if the prediction will become reality. Nothing in this video is financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. First of all, I would love to play for you this video, which I think is really cool. I'm just going to mute it. This was released before the actual listing happened, the IDO, but this is one of the best videos in terms of, it looks like for like a movie release, that type of quality. I was very impressed by this. The team did a great job on this video to at least show the potential of this game. So we're going to look in this video at two tokens, the Senate token and then the Sidus token. So there were two tokens on this launch. My allocation was through Inhabited. It was $100, 50-50 split across Senate and Sidus. And then the vesting is obviously the most important thing with this project because the vesting is quite long. So it's automatically a medium long-term play, which I believe to be really interesting because this is probably one of the 2-3 games I will actually hold and be with for the advanced long term, just because the potential is huge. I've done a research report on the white paper, which I will link in the description down below, which basically reviews the entire white paper and the potential of this game. I've never ever up until this day, and in the meantime I've read a lot of white papers, seen one so good, right? The best white paper I've read from Sidus Heroes. So this is the chart from launch. So when we look at the price, basically the price was 0.018, reaching about 37x right now, all-time high at about 44x, which obviously is tremendous results for a game of this size. Normally we don't see such spikes on these large potential games. Usually they're a lot more subtle, these launches. So in the beginning there was quite some volatility. Let's just zoom in a little bit and go to the start. When it launched there was barely any drop. I think this has to do with the claiming of the Ethereum network. Most of the claims according to the vesting, which you see here, it was 10% TGE. So for most people it is not worth to claim with the Ethereum gas fee. So as this project runs on Ethereum gas fee, I myself have not even claimed my tokens. I will wait 2-3 months down the line, whether gas is low, the gas fees, or because I'm not going to sell. I could spend $200 on gas fees to claim like $50 worth of tokens. That doesn't make that much sense with such low TGE and high gas fees. So I think the buying pressure therefore was not as significant, and the sell-off was also not as significant. So it opened up really high, right, at about 8 cents. Went up to 10 cents. There was a spike here with like a big buy order and then a dump. And then it went up and down until there was like a step ladder here, bringing the price to about 13 cents. Right now sitting about half of that, 6.6, because there was quite a sell-off later. This could as well just be flippers for the launch, right? Buy in, wait, and then drop it again. But the great thing, in my opinion, that's why I put it to 5 minutes, is basically that the chart is really stable. Right, it doesn't fluctuate that much. It's like 6 to 8 cents. There are some spikes, of course, but throughout like the last 12 hours, it has been incredibly stable. There have been no huge dumps. There have been no huge pumps. There are wallets that did buy insane amounts. I did keep track of it. There were some, I think, $100,000 buy orders, which basically are these like little pumps, 1.5 cent increases. But the volume so far has been really good, right? Looking at about 10 million for the first day on one of the coins, right? For the Senate token, it's quite the same, right? However, this one did not start low. It opened really high. So this one was also a little bit more expensive, the Senate. So this is Sidus, but we also have the Senate. see if I can pick that one up as well. Maybe I'll just take the contract code because I have it right here. So it's not tracking that one. I think it was something like 28 cents. That was the initial pricing for this project. So again, it did open really high, 6, then obviously it plummeted. There were some buy orders initially, and then it plummeted again, keeping super stable around 2.5, right? So there was some up to like $3, then it was down to like 2.4, maybe like 2.6, 2.7. Even right now it's at 2.76, so really good. The volume here is lower, right? So we're talking 2.7 million against about 10 million, probably because there's a lot more traders on the smaller pricing than on the higher pricing. That's what I would assume. Market caps about 2 billion against 830 million. All right, so that's everything related to the graphs. Stability is obviously great to see. That is something I would assume with such low vesting, high gas fees, people do not want to claim because it's not really worth it. Unless you really want to sell it off or handle like a huge allocation, right? Which I didn't have, so I didn't claim. Now, what are we going to do specifically? I have my Excel open right here. It's on Sidus tab. I'm going to make a price prediction according to market cap and other relevant blockchain games, as I usually do on this channel. If you're new to the channel, like this video, subscribe, and we'll be best friends very shortly. Because in the near future, obviously, I bring you all the gaming updates in terms of the crypto projects. So we have some big projects already here, like Illuvium, Sandbox. We'll make like a mix and match of what is available and how it works. We might use some different websites, but that's what I'm going to do. The thing is, we don't have the market cap, and because they're two projects with a lot of different vesting, I looked up the white paper. It was a lot of work. I spent about an hour on it and I could not figure out the actual market cap with the liquidity and everything. So I'll do it based on fully diluted market cap because all the games have this available. So we're going to go with the actual token price, which was 0.018. Price, well, the token will start with Sidus, and then we'll do Senate on the same structure. Price times fully diluted market cap, right? So the price, the times 1, and then the fully diluted market cap, what that would be in circulation, and then I'll pick it up from the price where it is right now, and then the projection moving forward. So 6.65 I'll do. Or let's do 6.66 because that's like easiest. I'll do it according to the information I have here. So 36.91 times, right? Let me refresh it. 37.32 times ish. 37 doesn't have to be super accurate, right? So it's already a great start. Now, obviously, what I want to know specifically is how much is my investment worth right now, and how much would it be worth. Normally, I calculate in the vesting as well. With the vesting being this long and the unforeseeable future, I'm not going to do that. However, I want to bring you guys the best information, so I will include a projection for the NFT series as well. So fully diluted market cap, and then we have the profit. Let's just say profit, right? So how much did we invest? I'm going to bring this down just a little. So the investment that we made, or that I made, was $100, which I will need to subtract off the revenue here. All right, so how many tokens did I get for that amount? I got $50 divided by, so I got 27,000 tokens. Is that correct? Let's check if that is correct. No. Well, yeah, 10%. So I got a little bit more tokens, so I got it a little bit cheaper from the private sale. So I got a total of 31,000 tokens. All right, 312500. because this is the IDO price and I did the public sale, so I think maybe that's a little bit cheaper. So yeah, I think I got 0.16. This is the one I got. So we got 5% TG, actually, not 10%, 5%. So this is the price I got. Let me check. So if this is my allocation, I do, hang on, 31250, 31,000 tokens. 30, so like this, right? For 50 bucks. And we got it for the price, this much. All right, so times 1 would be this much, right? And then our return is already a little bit higher, but it's looking really good. So the investment was not 100 bucks, actually, it was 50 bucks, right? Because you get 50 Sidus, 50 of the DAO token Senate. All right. So the investment here, this should add up to 50, hopefully. Yes, perfect. We did it correct. And usually I struggle quite a bit with these Excel sheets, so don't mind me. All right, so this is times 1, which is then the market cap. How many tokens are in circulation? Or how many tokens are there total? Right, that's what we need to know. So we go to coin market cap. The max supply for the Sidus Heroes is 30, this much, 30 billion, right? 30 with 3 zeros, 9 zeros, not 3 zeros. All right, so it's this amount times 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So somebody taught me the other day to use the accounting because it's easier to read. So we will do that. Use the accounting number, yeah. So here it's 48 billion, fully diluted. Does that make sense? 48 million. Yeah, 48 million. This is a point and this is the commas, it's like the American style. So this is 1.9 billion, right? Is that correct? 1.9 billion? Yes, it's correct. Perfect. So we're well on our way. So the profit here is basically the token price, right? Times the amount of tokens that we have, minus the cost price, which then would be 0, right? I'm only writing it out such way because we will use this formula continuously. So we're going to fix these numbers, we're going to fix this number, and the price is the only thing that will change throughout. So at the moment, on our $50 investment, we have made a $2,000 profit, which then the return would be the amount divided by the investment, 0. No, hang on. It's the investment divided by the amount, which is 0, obviously. So here I will just put 0. And then it's the investment divided by the amount. No. It's the amount divided by the investment. Yes. So let me just put the paraphrases here. So it's 40.25 return. Wow, that's amazing. So 37 times is actually 40.25 times, right? Okay, so now we have this. I'm going to add 1 cent every single time to increase the amount, right? Hang on. So it's basically, okay, yeah, I got it. No worries. I just have to see how we're going to do this because this one is not as easy as the ones I normally do. Okay, so open 01. Okay, so how many times is that from the base? It's this divided by this. So that's 47 times. What would that give us in terms of these results? Does that add up? It does add up. Okay, perfect. So I think like this we can continue if I just hold this. Yes. All right, so now where should the price move? Let's do 20 steps, yeah? See what that would bring us. Okay. 159 times, yeah, okay, that makes sense, 7.8 billion at that point, times 160 if it's 25.6 cents. All right, so now the question is, what is realistic? Well, to make it realistic and to make sure everything is done properly, now we have Sidus, which is this part, right? We also need to do Senate, which we're going to do right now. I'll leave one bar in between, and it's basically the exact same thing. So the great thing is you can just copy it, just call this Senate, and change some of the pricing. Ooh, Senate. So I assume, well, we can even look, I think from Sidus Heroes, they had the Senate information on their medium. So if there's a medium link here somewhere, Sidus Heroes medium. Yes. This one, I already looked at it before, that's why I know. So the Senate was 18 cents, right? Public pricing. So what was it on the private? I don't think they show that information here. And we can't find it on the crypto rank either. So that's unfortunate. Ah, here, look, they even have the multiplier here, what that would look like according to the market cap, 100% circulating supply, all right. But we want the Senate token, which they don't have. But not a problem. So it was, let's just calculate 18 cents. If we make it a little bit more, less profitable than it actually was, that's fine with me, I don't care. 18 cents, and we're going to say, apply this formula still here, okay. So the times is obviously different in this case. It will be applied like this. Is that correct? That's not correct. Okay, so now it's holding that one, so we need to change this to G. Let's put it on 2 decimals. Okay, so we'll have a very little increase. We'll just have a times 2, just to follow up with the left side. Then the market cap is not 30 billion. It is actually going to be 300 million, which is cutting off a total of 3 zeros, it appears. Yes. So let's do that. Is it 3 zeros or 2 zeros? Yeah, 3 zeros. No, is it? Hang on. 9, 10 zeros and a 3. And this one has 6, 7, 8. Yes, 2 zeros. See, you got to be sharp, guys, for this job. Got to be sharp. Okay. The question is, does it make sense at this point? Does it make sense? So right now it should be 54 million at 18 cents. Ah, but it's all the fucking hell. Sorry guys, I fucked it up. So this price should obviously be $2.70 is where we start. $2.70. So that's 15x already. And then this one is now step laddered, but we can make it a little bit more aggressive. We can go 0.1, right? So then drag this one out, bang. So that looks a little bit better. 25x. Right now it's holding in a 50x. And these are the market caps. So right now it should be 810 million. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. Perfect. So everything is looking quite good there. We had an investment as well. So just to make sure that my conversion is correct, Senate, 312.5 tokens. 312.5 tokens, which is basically for a price of, how did I calculate this one? Oh, I just put the price there. Okay, so we assume the price was 0.18, then it should add up like this. And that should be 50, but it's not. So we got the tokens a little bit cheaper. Yeah, 16 cents. That's what we paid. So for us, it's not 18 cents, it's actually 16 cents. Okay, perfect. So the profit currently is holding here, which would be 2,000 profit and 1,686. So that's about a 36x. You can invest a total of 100. It's a 3,600. Yeah, 36x. Amazing launch, right? However, it is probably not done yet. So I'm going to remove all the ICO information, IDO information, because we no longer need that. Do we need the charts? Probably not, because we need to look up other games, right? That's most important. So I specifically selected only Ethereum blockchain games. See, I selected Ethereum, top Ethereum games right now. Why? Because I think that makes a fair comparison. To compare it to, so Sidus NFT Heroes is already there. I'm going to open CoinMarketCap. So just for probably the Sidus token and not the Senate token, we would make the analysis, because the fully diluted market cap here is a lot higher. So we'll go with Sandbox first, just because I would say is the leader on the Ethereum blockchain, right? 15 billion with a full crazy X. So if we look at the actual, well, we can just copy this and then go to crypto rank, Sandbox, right? So Sandbox has done a crazy return from 626 times, right? So it was 8 cents. However, it didn't start running specifically until this point, right? It was 70 cents here. It did have a good run up, so it was like 9 cents, 10 cents. Where are we right now? 6 cents, right? So similar area. However, it took them like, what is it, 10 months, right? Well, not 10 months, like 8.5 months to reach that point where the traction really came with the announcement of the metaverse, the hot gaming, all like this, right? And you can see basically the run up is specifically right here. However, it's just to give a small indication of what the potential is currently in the market. 15 billion for the biggest game, right? Well, then we have Illuvium, right? Which is another major on the Ethereum blockchain. Again, last 3 months. Okay, market cap fully diluted 1.7 billion, only 755 market cap right now in circulation. So the pattern with these things the last 3 months is similar, as you can see, right? Illuvium a little bit more stable than Sandbox, but the market cap's fully diluted. There is a lot of potential, which means that potentially for Sidus there is as well. But how much though? Right? Because we're talking here 15 billion, 11 billion, right? For the biggest players at the moment. So unless the gaming bull run continues and these pull in, like, let's say they go up to 20 billion, right? Sandbox adds another, goes to, what was the all-time high? Like 820. So let's say it goes to $10, it doubles. 30 billion is the absolute maximum, right? Which even on a 160x, that would not reach, because it would be 7.6 billion at this point. So the question then is, at this rate, can it reach $1, right? Can it reach $1? That is the true question. Well, let's see if it can. So to reach $1 in the let's say short medium term is extremely unlikely, right? Why? Because at that point it would surpass Sandbox market cap, so that's definitely not likely. It would be 660x, which is basically around Sandbox, his movement, but being that the leader right now, unlikely. Illuvium had the all-time high at 1.9, it's at 1.1, so we add about 80%, so this would come around 20 billion, which then would cut off Sidus at about 65 cents realistically. The most important part is that Sandbox obviously has a full operational metaverse game-ish, right? It's not like what they want it to be, but it's working. The demo plays live, the NFTs are pumping, everything is moving. With Sidus, not so much. So the NFTs are there. There is a very, very tiny demo, but I think that the game itself will have a very long trajectory. So I don't expect the price to be rapidly pumping. I think aligned with the vesting as well. That's why they chose the specific vesting that they chose for Sidus is a slow growth over time to make sure that this game has viability, right? This is not a cash grab, this is not a quick churn and burn project. This is something for the long term. So where do I see things go, right? Because that's what you want to know. You want to know my opinion, that's why you're here, what the calculation would be. I would say short term, yeah, and I'm optimistic, don't get me wrong, I'm optimistic, definitely. Looking at what the other projects have done with the initial run and the traction of the market. So we're definitely, I think, in a great position to prep for a second mini bull run on the gaming sector. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. Let me see if I can find like a smaller project. Let me look at CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties. Is it this one? I've never looked at this project before. I've no clue. No, fully diluted, really small, so that's not the right project to look at. I think Wizards and Dragons is quite big. I've seen that one before. Wizards and Dragons. Only 44k. So maybe what happened there? It's basically dead after the initial spike. I saw a lot of those NFTs on OpenSea the other day while I was browsing around. Let's see. League of Kingdoms, balance, users, volume. Well, you got the Cypher token, right? It's also aligned here, so that would make sense. Which is also a project that I have invested in. Okay, so they have less than $1 billion sitting at around 95 cents, which was almost their fair launch price, so that's fair. This project doesn't really move since the launch, which has been, I would say a week or so. Yeah, about a week. Hasn't really done anything too crazy, nothing too special, it's super stable. With only 1 billion, right, you can see that Sidus is already quite a bit further ahead. I removed the overview, but it's basically right now already at 2 billion. Does that mean with such a small gain there will be a contraction? Likely. When are the other major updates coming for Sidus specifically? Probably not in the short term, right? Specifically looking at the vesting, it's probably more of a longer term play. So I would say the area we would want to be in, specifically on the second run, this is such a major project, it will move, right? So we'll probably be around, well, let me be conservative, probably be around this range, which means that I think these projects will run quite parallel. So we would be around this pace for the next run. I wouldn't expect like to go over 3 billion specifically for the greater announcements that still have to be made. You know, this project Sidus, if you look at the roadmap, right? Let me just pull up the roadmap real quick. It does require quite some time for things to be realized where they want it to be, right? So they even have like a separate PDF for their roadmap. So they're talking January 10th, we will close Sidus Hero beta, only for the NFT holders, January 2nd, 22nd public beta. So they have some beta timeline, right? Introduction of 2 races. Specifically, I'm looking, so launch version 1, which is basically Q3 2022, which is about just under a year from now, right? Which for such a game makes a lot of sense. It's completely normal. But with the betas and stuff and like the NFTs rollout, the testing, there will be a period where these games, I don't want to say boring, but the hype will slowly go down until the alpha version is there, unless they do like another NFT drop or look, here's the launch of the marketplace, so launch 0, which will happen like shortly. It's good that they have these things in place, because as soon as these staking boosters, farming pools go online, that will have an impact on the price. Drastically, no. That's why I think it will just not move that far anymore. and this is a good long-term play for anybody who already has invested. Is this a good play, in my opinion, for anybody looking for short-term gains? Not really, right? So this is definitely one of those games like, you know, when I look at my own portfolio, specifically looking at the top 100 coins, so I have, let me see, from this asset list, right, gaming-wise, I don't have any Axie Infinity. I hold the Decentraland. I hold Sandbox currently, a lot of Gala, right? And I think when we look at gaming tokens specifically, so I hold some iAttacks, but that's for a different reason. When we go to like categories and then look for gaming, yeah, this is easier. So the Decentraland, Sandbox, Gala, Wax, Ultra, I have. I've Vulcan, I have Star Atlas, Mines. So these are all things that I would definitely be interested in moving into deeper. And basically, this project fits in this list. Most of these coins have done their initial run. Most of these coins, just like Sidus, have a huge opportunity for non-announcement based bull runs. Right, small runs when the entire gaming sector goes up again. I think if the bull run continues as it has been continuing after this initial crash that we're currently in, correction, then these things will have, look at only today, the last 24 hours, like they're up like crazy. I think that the opportunity is definitely there, and Sidus will tag along. Will it have any major advantages? Yes, if they cut the circulating supply by implementing staking, farming, those kind of things, the price will slowly move up, even if there's no consistent bull run activity anymore. Because that's supply and demand kind of thing, right? Do I think we will see $1 this year or early next year? No, I don't think we'll see this at $1. But I hope to be wrong and to review it. It all depends on that initial bull run, but we don't want to gamble that much. We want to make sure. So yeah, this range, short, medium term, definitely feasible. I would say up until the first quarter, because it might dip out a little bit after the initial hype is gone, right? Which you have to take into consideration. Now, when we look at the NFTs specifically, the activity has been quite consistent. So the price has gone down quite a bit. So they have been available for quite some time. So since August, right? The price here, 0.1, very cheap, 0.1, 0.25. There were some spikes, but here there was some real movement, right? So 1.7, 1.4, 1.3. And this is also about the time that I bought. So I bought, I think, around the all-time high, I'm not gonna lie. But the hype was really real if you look at the amount of sales as well. And then the hype slowed down. So it's still like around 1 Ethereum-ish, the average price, right? Today, even, there's still consistent sales. Specifically now the tokens are live. There have been a lot more sales than there were before. Look at like 27, 33 compared to like 17, or even here just like 6. So also the relative price, of course. Now Ethereum was down. These NFTs become numeric, a little cheaper, and people dive into it. Of course, the rarity is very important. When I did my research on these NFTs, you can see there's still some high amounts of NFTs being sold, and it has a good opportunity. When will the price change specifically on these NFTs is when they have an active utility. Right now, I believe they can't really do anything. You know, before you can upgrade them. There were some special things. And that basically had the influence on the price traction right here. So there were some boxes that you could apply, upgrade your characters, make them like epic or legendary, some shit like that. When the staking for these becomes available, I don't think it's available right now yet. You can stake them and then gain new NFTs, which I think brings opportunity to buy more of these NFTs if one would do that. And obviously, when the game goes into the beta alpha version, you would be able to utilize your own NFT, specifically when they mentioned in the roadmap only available beta after 22nd of January. Fun fact, that's my birthday actually. after the 22nd of January, you can only access the beta with, if you're an NFT holder, creates high demand for these NFTs, right? And then you'll see an influx in demand for these. Up until that time, no. I think Sidus has gone through a very big hype with their launch, with their NFT series. It will calm down a little bit. People will focus on other games while they're being developed. It's completely normal, but I don't think we will see this above 1.5 Ethereum in the short term, right? At least for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe thereafter, when it's around 22nd of January, we're going to see like 1.5, maybe even 2 Ethereum if the demand is high. If they can build consistently on the great product that they have. I would definitely not want them to rush this because I think it's an amazing project. Everything looks really good, what they have released so far. And this is definitely, as I said before, a long-term play for me. I'm going to play the video again just because it's really cool. But a long-term play, most of the games that I review on this channel, right, where we invest in, we flip quite quickly. They're all short-term plays, which means like less than 3 months usually. That also has relation to the vesting, right? But for Sidus, I will receive vesting for a long time, right? I think like almost 2 years. So I have no reason to be upset, because obviously that's what we chose for, right, with the vesting. But also just looking at this video, I'm playing it again because it confirms to me my initial thoughts that this is a great project once it goes live. This is something of a plus game, right? This is super professional. This is like a real big game studio behind it, I believe. And obviously on the Discord as well, there's a lot of involvement from the community, which I also really appreciate and really like. Where do we see other games? I'm not going to call them any names right now, but it's just low quality. You can see it's more of a cash grab, short-term thing, and this is definitely something for years to come, right? These guys want to pioneer the play-to-earn scene, and I think they will do really well. So that's basically my price prediction. Short on the NFTs, quite detailed. Short-term gains potential, not that much. Long-term, definitely one of the main projects I foresee killing it in the NFT play-to-earn space. Let me know your price prediction. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, it's all good. Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.